Can we avoid a third world war? Unhappily, a third world war is unavoidable. Here are the reasons. All the different human races, collectively, are following an economical frame, which is leading to an inevitable one of the worst recessions that the human mankind would ever face. This tragic economical frame relies on the daily consumption of 80 million barrels of crude petroleum oil, devastating the crude oil reserves, which are giving direct indications of their exhaustion. Once the production of crude oil will not be able to meet this daily consumption, the economy of this whole world will collapse. Neither an oil-producing country nor an oil-producing company will declare the truth about crude oil production. Let us consider only two very obvious examples. First, Saudi Arabia, the biggest oil producer on this planet, and the biggest oil field on this planet, Al Ghawar oil field. See for yourself the progress over time, and what is left out of this oil field. The second example, Prudhoe Bay, north of Alaska, is a great oil field where several oil-producing companies are drilling extensively, and all the product oil of all these companies is transported from North Alaska to south of Alaska through one pipeline, Trans-Alaska Pipeline, and luckily the daily oil transported is recorded and declared publicly. Now the daily production is less than 500,000 barrels per day, which is less than a quarter of what it used to be. We have already received this warning on March of 2009 by the total collapse of the world economy as a result that crude oil consumption exceeded the production. It is true that the consumption next receded and production increased, giving us this temporary survival period. However, the same disaster is only delayed, but it is awaiting for a next attack. Production of crude oil will not meet the demand, and full collapse is awaiting. Is it true that this planet has only one resource of crude oil for liquid fuels? The answer is no. Coal and natural gas produce ethanol. C. Coal plus CH4, natural gas equals C2H4, ethylene gas plus H2O, steam equals C2H5OH, ethanol. What about the electric car? The electric car is a very appropriate replacement for the gasoline car. It has an electric motor and some batteries. Once you finish your trip, just recharge the batteries. However, despite of its availability, economical use, and savings, our human races are avoiding the electric car. How come that all human beings collectively are misbehaving to this level and are running by themselves towards their own destruction? Whether you will like or not, there is a hideous entity who is preparing to establish his kingdom over this world, and it is Satan. Satan and his army of demons are preparing themselves and are twisting the mind of human beings towards the destruction of the present equilibrium between the present nations. Unhappily, human mankind are unaware of this upcoming destructive plan. Quite clear that human races are far weaker than the hideous satanic plan, and the upcoming recession is unavoidable as a result of this exhaustive crude oil consumption. However, this is the truth, and this is about to happen within a very short period of time, most probably within the range of 1 year from now. An unprecedented market collapse is about to happen, leading to devastating recession. Recession itself will reduce crude oil consumption. During recession, finding the daily meal will be a big problem. The army in every country is the only place which is able to secure this daily meal. Overstaffed armies over the whole world will lead to a third world war, as exactly what happened before the Second World War. As long as many countries are piling up nuclear weapons, consequently Third World War will be a strategic war rather than a tactical one. Nuclear warfare will be fired towards cities of rich countries using rockets, warplanes, from submarines, from satellites, etc. Intercepting nuclear warheads is much more disastrous. Explosion of nuclear warfare while flying in the sky will dissipate radioactive materials on a larger area, and it would be much safer to allow nuclear warheads to reach the ground to limit somewhat the disaster. Now we come to the tricky question: what will happen right after a nuclear war? Have you ever thought what are the direct consequences of a nuclear war? To figure out the answer to this question, let us recall the consequences when a city is exposed to a dramatic natural disaster like a major earthquake, which could destroy a large percentage of the buildings. After any of these catastrophes, looters attack supermarkets and shopping centers, and nothing will stop them until the National Guard will appear to stop the looters. Well, after a nuclear war, there will be no National Guard to stop anyone, and then looters and savage killers will increase in number. When all the peoples of the earth will hear that the rich cities are in fire, what will they do? Surely they will run. Wave after wave, coming attacking these burning cities. The black peoples of this planet will take the white people as slaves to their cities to work as slaves for the black peoples. The same as what happened just about 200 years ago when the white peoples were taking black peoples from their own cities as slaves. Enough for now, this was a hint. You can figure out by yourself the rest. You can refer to the Holy Bible, last book, the book of Revelation, if you want. Unhappily, mankind misunderstood everything. The Lord Jesus Christ did not come to establish a religion. Rather, he explained to human races the only way to exist. When he said, "Love your enemy," this is not an idealistic attitude, it is rather the only way to exist. Well, dear stubborn, continue riding your gasoline car.